Those were your 6 a.m. news headlines. We'll have another news update at the top of the hour right here on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network.
Morning Brew is brought to you by Omega XL. Live long, stay strong.
Good Friday morning, Trinidad and Tobago, running into your Friday the 31st of October, final day for the month, and of course tomorrow we welcome November, and we could safely say we officially kick things off with the Christmas season. Even though I'm hearing Christmas music and seeing decorations up already, people are in the mood. By all means, kick back, relax, enjoy for those at least at home this morning, and for the many on the move, here's hoping that your commute today is a safe one and you make it back in one piece and you get yourself a restful and enjoyable weekend. Jason Williams signing on. Yes, Friday's installment of the Morning Brew. We are good to go and lots to unpack. We keep it nice and light every Friday, but of course we must go through our news cycle. And in that regard, we head to the front page of the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian on this Friday morning, Friday, October 31st, 2025. It says, nothing to fear. Foreign Affairs Minister seeks to reassure public amid U.S. military buildup and worsening tensions with Venezuela. That story on page 5. Doris Polo, really, she put some nice questions. I saw in the comments, someone said, if the minister was a batsman, Doris was a spinner. She bowled some spin yesterday. I mean, he handled it. I mean, he answered the questions, obviously, but at the same time, you know, there are many probing and asking, and she's asking on behalf of the citizenry as to what's happening in the open seas, in the southern waters. He says, well, it's in international waters, but at the same time, we have to consider this whole talk of, and everybody's still, you know, using the sales pitch that was presented, that what we're seeing is a fight against narco-terrorism and narco-trafficking. Okay, you know, I think everyone will be on the same page when it comes to eliminating drugs and cutting the drug running route and putting a spoke in their wheel. But as I always said from day one, will one bring an AR-15 or a semi-automatic or automatic gun to kill a mouse? You know, your wife or somebody come and say, oh gosh, cockroach, and you come in with a grenade? Don't do that, right? And I'm not comparing people to these animals, but I'm just suggesting here now the force. I'm using it as a comparison to show the force that's being used. It is far over and beyond the line compared to what they're dealing with here. These are vessels, again, no evidence, we don't know. Some could, I mean, we don't know, but let's assume drugs on the boat, right? How are Pira going to make its way to the U.S.? Closest point will be Miami. How this is going to make its way? This will have to stop a couple places, refuel. I mean, it's a hard, well, they're doing their sell, but it's a hard buy-in for me, to be quite honest. And I've said that from day one. Now again, certainly we are all on the same page. We don't want any drugs in our community, because with the drugs, the guns follow, and we have seen the destruction that drugs do to families. One of my closest friends, closest childhood friend, when I tell you, me and that man, we were like inseparable. We move in together a whole day. We are on the move. We hunting, we kicking ball. When I tell you, brilliant fella, and unfortunately he got caught up with drugs, substance abuse. I mean, when I see him, it's heartbreaking, because I know the potential. And I always tell him, I still tell him up to this day that, you know, I believe in you, and I think the potential is still there for you to get through this sickness, because it is a sickness. Yeah? But it's tough, and everyone will have that particular story of somebody either in their family or a close friend that would have gone down a particular road and up to now can't catch themselves. So we know the perils. But with Donald Trump back in Washington, just finished his Asia tour, he had a big meeting there with the Chinese president, and obviously he's back, and that Gerald Ford, it's on his way to the sea. I believe we should get a better understanding as to what is the ultimate goal in the probably days or weeks ahead, and we hope it's nothing that is too severe that will impact us going into Christmas and into 2026. So, Minister says this morning, nothing to fear. You can get a chance to read up all about it via page 5, and if the minister, based on his intelligence, he will know way more than us. If you're saying so, Minister, well, all right, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but if it hits the fan, though, I will not hold back on my disdain and my feeling towards this particular moment, and I think I'll have a big chorus line, because the nation, we don't know this kind of storm. I've said it time and time again. We know about strike. We have dealt with, natural disasters. We had earthquake. We had stuff. Mud volcano, right? Storm, flooding. Well, we don't know war. War is not in our DNA. I don't think it's part of our fabric. We might have warful words, but when it comes down to the real brass tacks and the kind of engagement we see far removed from our shores, if this was to come in our backyard, trust and believe, it will be a very, very sad day. But I'll lean towards the minister's remarks this morning. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'll give him that trust again. Certainly he would know way more than us. So he says nothing to fear, as mentioned. You can check it out today on page 5. Let's head to the front page again. The Prime Minister giving a soldier there the full salute as supplies make its way up north to Jamaica. I'm really happy to see the government's response, the immediate interaction and engagement, and also the private sector stepping in a major way. So it's a private and public sector combination, and I mean, you could see there supplies galore, people really putting their money where their mouth is, and it's a great response. Not surprised at all. That's normally how we do it as Trinidad and Tobago. We look after our neighbors, and I hope this gets to everyone, especially those people who would have been impacted the most: St. Elizabeth, Trelawney, Black River, and the communities within the southwestern tip of Jamaica, even to the north, to Montego Bay. I'm seeing that the Minister of Tourism is looking for a full rollout with their tourism product by December. So that's some good news there as they try to get themselves back on their feet. And as it pertains to our Prime Minister, she would have mentioned here that Jamaica is dear to her heart. Let me get the exact statement here. It's inside The Guardian, where she would have given some commentary. Yes, a matter of fact, page 8, as TNT sends off aid to Jamaica. All right, 8, again, it's 8 hurricane relief supply containers, so that's a good look. And the Prime Minister says, Jamaica dear to my heart. That story here on page 8. A couple of other developments. Disgruntled police officers question late salary. You're seeing the CPEP URP program to continue in Tobago. Colder Heart wins appeal. That story on page 9. All right, couple of stories, making The Guardian. Great article, as always, every morning, but this morning, a couple of major developments and stories. We head to the back page. I'm so happy for India because they made it to the finals, and this is against the mighty Australia. When it comes to the women's side of the game, even the men, the Australian product, the Australian system, very strong, very potent. As a matter of fact, in most of their sporting disciplines, Australia, when the Australians arrive, you have to bring your A game, especially when it comes to the cricket. And many thought that, based on the current form of the Australian women's team and their program, they would have eased into the finals, but that was not the case yesterday. Congrats to India, a really emotional game for the players too. They started off a little bit shaky. They had to go in second. Australia put up massive score on the board, and then India went in, lose a couple wickets early. But then the middle of the order, when I tell you hold firm, and made it over the line, and looked at tears, And this is not even the finals. This was just getting over the semi-final hurdle to make it to the finals, and the players ran out. It was a very emotional experience, especially on home turf in your region, in your backyard. So let's see if they could go on to lift the ICC Women's Super 50. Well, at least the ICC Women's World Cup. When we talk about the Super 50, though, that is where I want to mention De Silva. He leads the Red Force bid. Really great player, amazing guy. I've had some great interactions with De Silva, and but I'll tell you, he loves his cricket. It's a pity he didn't get a chance to run out for the CPL. I saw him there on the TKR team, and he was more or less, well, kind of on the bench, and it was kind of sad he didn't get a chance to run out. But I believe next year, though, next year will be his breakout year, of course, for the TKR. So all the best there to De Silva. Josh, all the best, bro. All the best. Let's set to the brief on this Friday morning. That's right. So we're looking at some action there from I didn't even know. And again, that's what's so important to get your papers there. So there is apparently a museum, right? The Police Service Museum. It's located at the Central Police Station. And, well, you're seeing the Education and Public Program Officer meeting with the Deputy Commissioner and Calypsonian Johnny King. And they're looking at some old instruments. I see it look like an old saxophone, some drums, guitar. Did you know it? I don't know. I learned something this morning. Yeah, there is a Police Service Museum. I wonder if the public could go and view some of the items that house there at the museum. I'll probably find out from Officer Russell next week. With that being said, we take the pause. We come back after the break. Dr. David Mohammed joins me. We are treating with, obviously, the U.S. and their presence in the Caribbean. Is it imperialism? Well, we'll get some details from Dr. David Mohammed on the current geopolitical climate. See you soon, TNT.
When the jump gets tough, you need energy that lasts. When the night gets long and the deadlines are close, you need energy that sharpens your mind.
Make your home shine this Diwali with big savings at Jima Home Furnishers. Get an amazing 30% off on all furniture, including sofas, dining room sets, beds, and much, much more. Celebrate the season with Jima Home Furnishers' unbeatable value and transform your home with comfort and style today. Where everything is on sale this Diwali. Visit any of our 3 locations, El Dorado, Kelly Village, or Couva, or give us a call at 235-4925, or visit our website at jimahomefurnishers.com.
Food Basket, nation's #1 supermarket, bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic. For everyday low price, things real nice. Come in once, but to come back twice. Wholesale, retail, everything for you. A remush, I wanna shop, let go view. Food Basket, the nation's #1 supermarket, bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic. Food Basket.
Marketplace Chamfleur, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
If you live with diabetes, your pancreas works overtime every single day. Between our rich foods and busy lives, chronic inflammation can sneak in, stressing the pancreas.
Protecting your pancreas from inflammation is a smart way to support healthy blood sugar management.
Sugar equals chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation equals insulin resistance. Insulin resistance equals diabetes. How do we combat chronic inflammation? Through lifestyle changes. Then, and only then, make sure you're getting enough omega-3 fatty acids.
Always consult a qualified medical professional before starting any supplements.
Dr. David Mohammed joins me on the Zoom line. I really look forward to this particular discussion. As always, a great learning curve when you speak to Dr. Mohammed. And I would imagine you're looking at all of the current developments, Dr. Mohammed, through your sociological lens. You're a sociologist, you're a man of the people. with vast experience, not only here at home, but also abroad. And we, for the discussion, looking at the geopolitical climate at this point in time, and the fact that the U.S., well, of course, let me just say firstly, good morning. I just want to establish the manners first, manners and respect. Good morning to you. Yes.
Good morning to you and all the viewers and listeners. Thank you.
So I'm seeing today's topic, U.S. imperialism in the Caribbean and Latin America. So firstly, they brought in we know of the colonial system. There was colonialism. Of course, we are part of this capitalist system. So capitalism is also part of it. And the other ism will be imperialism. And within that context, I wonder, just for the sake of the discussion this morning, because I have made my position clear to the public, I don't want this kind of uncertainty, and I believe we should maintain our region as this zone of peace. But in the wider chess game that's being played, because it's not checkers, do we really have a choice? Does the Prime Minister have a choice based on the U.S. being our biggest trading partner and the kind of pressure that they could put down on a small developing nation state like Trinidad and Tobago, if indeed their goal is regime change in Venezuela, and I'm hearing now their eyes are also set on Colombia. Your take on our position in the midst of all of this uncertainty? And do we have a choice really, ultimately?
Right, and to be honest, that's the part of the conversation that concerns me the most, the question of whether or not we have a choice. If we're suggesting that our choice is based on the might of our opponent as opposed to the legitimacy of our destiny, then by such a principle, we might as well go around allowing our stronger enemies to choose our friends. We cannot make decisions based on strength and weakness. We have to make decisions based on right and wrong. And my position on this from the very beginning has been, we must have an informed foundation from which to even approach the current situation. I am a lecturer. I'm a teacher. I've been that for my entire life. And I want to make this point very, very firmly. At the University of the West Indies, there's a course called Caribbean Civilization, which every student from every faculty must do, regardless of whether you're in engineering, agriculture, natural sciences, humanities, social sciences, or education. I, for many years, lectured teaching the Caribbean Studies course at the Cipriani College of Labor and Corporate Studies, and most tertiary level institutions have a Caribbean Studies course. Every single student who does A-levels has to do the Communication Studies program and also the Caribbean Studies program. So in other words, you cannot, on any level, approach tertiary level education without at some point doing one of these many Caribbean Studies courses. And all of these courses have a module on United States imperialism in the Caribbean and Latin America. All students are taught from the Monroe Doctrine from the late 1700s, where the fifth president of the United States established a government policy that has been adhered to by every single regime from that time to now. We learn of the Platt Amendment of 1900, and we see the interference in Dominican Republic, Cuba, and Haiti. We see the removal of countries' sovereignties. We've seen the Roosevelt corollary policy. We've seen President Woodrow Wilson of the early 1900s, the declaring of America as the world's policeman. We saw them move from the so-called big stick policy to the good neighbor policy, all the way up to the Caribbean Basin Initiative. And that great song by Merchant, Sounds of the Caribbean, where there was a statement of the people of the Caribbean are rejecting the CBI initiative of Ronald Reagan. And there are numerous episodes of the United States of America interfering in other countries to the point of contributing towards the overthrow and revolution of counter-rebel forces overthrowing democratically elected governments. That's how the Panama Canal was built. America wanted to build the canal. It's funny that you should mention Colombia. The government of Colombia was against it. They supported a coup, which overthrew the government and installed the new government, which gave birth to the country Panama. You had the Contra-rebel scandal in Nicaragua, where illegal narcotics was sold, and the CIA, the government of the United States, was complicit in the fight against the Sandinista government. We had the arrest of President Manuel Noriega of Panama in 1989, 2 days before Christmas. Again, narcotics were involved, and the American government were literally, through the CIA, involved in that. In Guatemala, you had the United Fruit Company. Again, America supported a coup against President Jacobo Arbenz so that America could reap the benefits of the agriculture industry, which President Arbenz had nationalized. And again, they removed him. Same thing in Chile with Augusto Pinochet. Now, Venezuela, as we know, have the world's highest, largest proven oil deposits. And we're seeing a continuation of all of these cases of United States imperialism, supporting coups and revolutions, sponsoring assassinations. And it has been so consistent. Now, what I'm sharing with you here is actually on a syllabus of Caribbean studies that, again, all tertiary level students learn. So if we have this kind of foundational knowledge, we should at least take into consideration this history and then determine whether or not the current claims in 2025 can be completely legitimate. And whether they are or whether they are not, we have to consider these things first and then make an informed decision on where our support is going to lie.
Let me put another perspective in the discussion this morning. So, of course, we know of the natural resource and that particular push, and that's a legitimate argument. But what about the U.S. probably looking to secure their backyard, secure their border? Because we know of relations, very cordial relations between Venezuela and Russia and China. And I'm thinking, based on geopolitical defense strategy and mechanisms, and we have seen it, even that Ukraine-Russia scenario, Russia doesn't want Ukraine to join NATO because they don't want NATO to be so close to their back door. So we have seen this kind of moving of the chess pieces on this higher level, and I wonder if part of the USA's push to have that impact in Venezuela and South America, again, is to also secure their security and their particular space. I mean, this is they call this their backyard, you know. This is what they call the region.
But absolutely, one would expect them to do that. But you cannot do that by breaking international law and compromising foreign sovereignty of neighboring territories. It's ironic that this week, in fact, 3 days ago, was the anniversary of probably the most similar historical situation to what we're experiencing now. This would have been about 63 years ago. The Cuban Missile Crisis, which lasted for 13 days. It ended on October 28th, 1962, where America set up missile bases in 3 countries, the United Kingdom, Italy, and Turkey, that were in near proximity and aimed at Moscow in Russia. Russia, or the Soviet Union at the time, retaliated by setting up missile bases in Cuba, which were, of course, pointing towards Florida. And this lasted for 13 days under President Kennedy at the time. And it was considered a crisis simply by another country having military weapons. A shot wasn't fired. It was part of the Cold War, and then it was dismantled. But we are seeing something now similar to the Cuban Missile Crisis, but with no balance to that equation. And I don't think that any sovereign country should yield to a might is right position where simply because the United States of America has the military capabilities which they have built while other countries have disarmed and literally reduced their military, we should not make decisions based on how big their military is and the threat that they pose to us if we don't cooperate with them. You saw what happened in Palestine and Israel. I saw a press conference from the government of the United Kingdom condemning Russia for launching a strike that killed a 12-year-old girl and a baby, which was horrific. But they gave that press conference under the looming shadow of the mass murder, genocide of going on to 100,000 innocent Palestinian men, women, children, and babies. But again, Israel is their ally. So they turned a blind eye to that. And again, it's not because of the morality of the situation, but it's because of the strength that America has and the threat that is felt by those who disagree with them.
Let me ask you, Dr. Mohammed, the Minister of Foreign Affairs says nothing to fear. And as I said this morning, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt today, and we'll see how things pan out. But let's say things get to that place. I don't even want to think about it, but we must prepare sometimes for the worst. If indeed there is military engagement, there is that the uncertainty is now revealed as, okay, engagement, and we're seeing these two nations going at it. What will be our position? What do you think will be our best option at that point in time? And what would you see for the entire region in the worst case scenario?
I think at this point, solidarity is our best bet. Our unity as CARICOM nations to speak with one voice gives us the strongest representation.
You think it's a good response so far from CARICOM? CARICOM is giving a good response so far?
Yes, I am happy with the response of CARICOM in general. I'm concerned about some of the division within CARICOM, but it seems like there's unanimity over the shared view about the idea of the zone of peace. And this goes back again to the late 1970s, early 1980s, around the time of the Caribbean Basin Initiative, where all CARICOM governments, again, unanimously agreed of the idea of the zone of peace being a region through which CARICOM governments would not facilitate the military building up of assets as an arsenal for war to be waged against other countries. And there's one other specific aspect of this that seriously concerns me, and that is the claim of it being a war on drugs. I can give us 5 references that have shown that Trinidad and Tobago, yes, terribly influenced by the drug trade, but we have had a Scott Drug Report of 1986, a Scotland Yard report that was tabled in the Parliament in December 1993. We have had a United States DEA report of March 1998. We have had a press conference by former Prime Minister Patrick Manning on October 28th, which was actually the anniversary of the Cuban Missile Crisis again, of 2011. All of these cases, and also a statement by former Attorney General Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj in June 1999, where he spoke about the United Kingdom withholding aid from us because of our resumption of the Doe JD hangings. And he said that aid goes both ways, in that they give us aid tangibly, but we also aid them in allowing the illegal drug trade to be facilitated through our region, which acts as a buffer to the stability of social life in Western Europe. Now, with all of these references, this and each of them highlight proof that we have drug lords and big fish criminals, and even your own newspaper from time to time publishes some of these reports about big fish criminals, etc. I don't see a relentless pursuit of them. And the Scotland Yard report, the press conference by Mr. Manning in 2011, they also highlight that senior politicians, as well as judges and magistrates, attorneys and lawyers, customs officers, senators, members of parliament, and cabinet ministers, historically in Trinidad and Tobago, have always been in close friendship and collusion with the major mega business owners who are responsible for importing large quantities of cocaine. But there has never been a period in Trinidad and Tobago's independence history where any government has relentlessly pursued the capture and apprehension of local big fish drug lords. So why are we now co-signing the execution of low-level runners on speedboats or ships in the ocean who obviously are not on the top level? They are clearly the low-level workers. Wouldn't it be better and easier to capture them, apprehend them, interrogate them, and find out who they are working for, and then go after them? I'm concerned about that, especially since Trinidad and Tobago is known to have so many rooted and grounded top-level drug lords.
Well, Dr. Mohammed, I'll tell you, we have to definitely continue this because you have touched on a really important talking point, but I have to move on now to some other conversations. I want to thank you as always for the time, for the candor.
Yes.
And let's touch base soon as we monitor the developments and try to stay calm in the midst of this uncertainty. All the best, Dr.
Absolutely.
Mohammed.
Yeah, and I just want to say that, of course, November in Trinidad and Tobago is Black History Month, and we are launching Black History Month on Sunday morning at 11 o'clock at the Kwame Ture Center. And our topic is United States imperialism in the Caribbean and Latin America. And we're focusing on the Caribbean region and the kind of political interference and the disrespect for sovereignty by America in our region over the last 200-300 years.
All the best, Dr. Mohammed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Most welcome. We come back after the break with some friends from Winston Young. Of course, we are treating with Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Very important talking point up next.
PRW's Thanksgiving sale is now on this November. We're giving thanks to God and all of our local customers. Up to 75% discount on selected items. Join us for our Family Fun Day on the 4th of November at our Orangwes location. Come, have a fun day with us and enjoy refreshments, free giveaways, games, and massive discounted prices. Tell your family and friends. Call us today at 285-9779.
No, this is Radical Trading, you know that? And them have everything to cover anything. Radical Trading have the best fabric designs for your upholstery needs, yeah? So furniture, car, boat, tent, even material for school bag.
This will look really nice on my couch, boy.
They even making pillow too.
Sprang.
Oui?
Oh, shucks, I forget my money.
Serious?
They could pay for it for me.
Me and my big mouth boy, I wonder if Radical get thing to cover mouth yet.
Radical Trading, 4 locations nationwide.
CLR is your turn. The Roadie Lovers comedy show is coming to the east. Cipriani Lebac College. One show only. Sunday the 2nd of November, 6:30 p.m. baby. Tickets available at Electronics Arena, Dorman Shoe Store, Long Circular Mall, Anthony's Floral, Val Park, Gay Square Stores, Eastgate Mall, West Mall, Brentwood Plaza, Chaguanas, and C3 Center Mall, San Fernando. And IslandEtickets.com. For more info, call 683-0356. Eastside, are you ready to laugh? Well, clock it.
Looking for big savings and a better shopping experience? Come on down to Food Shoppers Supermarket, 121 Eastern Main Road, Arima, in the J Chai Trading Compound. 10% off meats every Wednesday, 30% off fresh produce every Sunday and Monday. Plus, buy one, get one deals on select items. Shopping comfort, wide aisles, cool and clean store, and spacious parking. Food Shoppers Supermarket. Big on savings, big on comfort.
Welcome some colleagues from EY. They're going to join us to really speak about the month that was, this month of October. It was dedicated to cyber security awareness. We're on the last day, so it's a very important conversation. And it's obviously cybersecurity is not just to discuss during 1 month. This is an everyday engagement, because so much of what we do, it's online. And I want to welcome from EY, Jeremy Naipaul and Anil Prasad. Of course, Anil to the bottom there of the Zoom line and Jeremy to the very top. Gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for the time, and I look forward to the discussion. Welcome.
Thank you. Morning.
Let me start with you, Anil, because obviously we're looking at everyone's, especially when it comes to their business and their personal data. It's online. Cybersecurity awareness. Do you think we are up to the time, as it were, in Trinidad and Tobago, in terms of having the mechanism, all the guardrails to help, especially when it comes to business?
Yeah. So Jason, coincidentally, this is a question you asked me a number of years ago, and it's a good comparative from that period. What I can tell you is that over the past few years, from a business standpoint, and I mean business in a broad sense, both public and private sector, there has been a digital explosion. And what that basically means is that a lot of countries within the Caribbean, they have embarked on some really large transformation programs, digital transformation programs, that has expanded digitization across the board. Lots of government services are out there. People can interact a lot more with their laptops and their cell phones, right? In the private sector, you can do a lot more business, right, using your devices and so on. What simply that means is that rapid growth has basically escalated so quickly that cybersecurity has been lagging. And in many cases, the foundation, the back-end pieces that really should be protecting, it's not as evolved as the front end that the customers and consumers and citizens utilize. So I would say there's a gap, and there's actually a growing gap over the past few years, if I were to do the comparative from 2 or 3 years ago, where we are not where we should be. That's the reality.
Wow. Let me bring Jeremy in, because when we consider the personnel, the IT professionals, the cybersecurity experts, our men and women who are on the front line, based on your experience, Jeremy, are they up to the time? Are they in tune with best practices, with all the latest tech? Because I know lots of moving parts in terms of this space. What's been your experience with the personalities that work to keep us safe?
Yeah, so great question. I think that a lot of organizations do invest heavily in their frontline defenses, which would be their IT teams and their cybersecurity teams. So we're seeing a lot in the markets that these defenders are educated to use the tools and technologies that are being implemented. But the gap is the ordinary business user, that employee that is a consumer of IT services, or that person that uses those apps on phones, the websites and so forth. That's where the education gap really is. And we have seen it in some of these statistics provided by the TTC, where a lot of the successful or reported cyber attacks originate or come from successful phishing attempts. What that means is that these frontline employees who are not necessarily tech savvy, they are being exploited by fraudulent emails, fraudulent communication, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, let me, and this is a really honest question here, and Anil could weigh in, and Jeremy, you could jump in and feel free.
Yeah.
If worse comes to worse and there is a breach, and we have seen some of the very best and the brightest companies all in the UK, I've seen recently some upticks, uptick in UK there with some of their retail stores. So this is a global phenomenon. But in the case of a breach, how important is it for the business to be transparent? Because I found that to be a kind of gray area where sometimes, they're speaking in hushed tones and parables. You don't know what's happening. How important is it for the company to be transparent and open with their stakeholders and customers in the unfortunate event of a breach?
Yeah, what I can say, and you feel free to chime in, I would say, transparency does build trust. And in a situation where, it all looks like things are falling apart, being open and being clear in your communications is important. But I think it has to come from a place of knowledge. So what I would say is if companies are trying to be transparent and communicate, what they need to do is, before reaching out, spend that extra time in making sure what they are communicating is accurate and very, pointed and I guess very clear to the general population and the consumers that they have to pander to, right? I think that's really important.
Yeah. Anna, you want to weigh in?
Absolutely. No, how important is it? Extremely important. I think what drives that, Jason, is typically the regulations. And what's the regulatory framework that forces you, almost compels you to go out into the public? And you say stakeholders. Stakeholders can be a very wide group. It's actually general public in most cases. And I think the regulations are generally not up to par. In some countries, they're a little more mature than others. But even where the regulations are there, and the central banks actually may force an organization, financial organization, to reveal and disclose a cyber attack, it's very difficult to enforce sometimes. Well, first of all, to get the knowledge from the company that it actually did occur, and then to actually, ensure that the law is enforced. So you have legislation creation and then enforcement. It's not always there. And on that basis, what happens is that companies themselves are not necessarily always transparent. I mean, everything that happens behind your door, you generally may not disclose because you want to handle it in a very private and confidential way, hopefully responsible way, but it's not where it needs to be again.
Yeah, let me throw an interesting one at you gentlemen, because we know there's no doubt that education and information sharing is important. But my question really is, the onus should be on who? Should it be something that we pursue ourselves? Should it be public sector via our education system? We should introduce this into the schools. Should it be private sector doing a massive campaign to inform their customers about changing passwords and how to negotiate within this technological space? When we consider the responsibility of the education and information sharing, the onus is on who exactly? Probably Jeremy could step in, and then Anna, you'll weigh in.
Sure, no problem. Well, I think all of the parties that you mentioned, they have their own role to play. I think that because of the fact that using technology is now a way of life and is the most common medium, it should start in schools, educating children on how to use technology responsibly. In the private and public sectors, I would say that companies have a responsibility to create a safe environment to use technology and also educate their users, their staff, on the responsibilities that they have as individuals within the company scope to use technology responsibly. And outside of that, as an individual, you need to understand what risks are relevant to you, right? We are in an information sharing age, as you mentioned before, and personal information is something that can be weaponized. So understanding that as an individual, but more importantly, understanding the steps that you need to take by way of, researching yourself, researching the things that you need to do is really important.
And in the seconds that remain, you can give me a closing remark after I take the break very soon. You could go right ahead, Anna.
Yeah, I think all of it, as Jeremy indicated, would be important. Extremely. In some industries, some stakeholders have a more important role than others. But certainly from where it starts, the inception right down to the end user. I do want to indicate that, there's also the advent of AI coming into the Freeman picture, right? Where the machine itself, thinks, it learns, it responds. What has happened recently is that there has been what we tend to term shadow AI, just like we had shadow IT. And all that is almost sub-organizations within the larger organizations that tend to run their own show. So even individuals themselves, they tend to take an AI initiative and work it themselves. We all do it to some extent, but that in itself has created holes and gaps, potential for data leakage, etc.
Indeed.
Now that responsibility resides not only with the individual to be responsible in terms of what he does, but with the company, driving policy, driving good governance. So it's the full value chain there, and every element has an important role.
Well, as we wrap things up, it's indeed the end of Cyber Awareness Month, Cybersecurity Awareness Month, but let's keep the conversation going. This is not just October or one conversation, so I hope we could get a chance to touch base soon, gentlemen. All the best to my friends there from EY, Jeremy Naipaul, Senior Manager there, and of course, we are looking at Anil, also in the mix with us this morning, Anil Prasad, Associate Partner. All the best and thanks so much for the information this morning.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Up next, oh boy, my good friend Rudy joins me live on set. Love is. We get you ready, TNT, Sunday, 2nd November. This Sunday, Cipriani College. Rudy is in the building.
DCU Christmas is amazing. With $50,000 in loans. You're getting low interest rates. DCU Plus discount is great. Everything here to fill your plate. Oh yes, DCU Christmas. A DCU Christmas. Secure your family with a DCU Christmas.
Christmas your way with Police Credit Union. Visit our location or apply online at policecreditunion.com. All normal lending criteria applies. Police Credit Union, your future is safe with us.
Southern Food Basket. Quality food to fill your basket. Get it all at Southern Food Basket. Fresh goods on every aisle with best prices. For the best market around. High quality meat pound for pound. Get the best for less. Start shopping. Go to Southern Food Basket. Shopping how you like it. High quality at the best prices. Every aisle just wide and spacious. So spend less at Southern Food Basket. Good food at great prices for sure. Come get what you're looking for.
Whether you're an athlete, a business professional, or simply someone who values their health, Omega XL can empower you to keep doing what you love. Don't let joint discomfort hold you back.
Live long, stay strong with the XL brand.
Muscle Russell.
Magical Expressions Limited is the largest local importer and distributor of fresh cut stems, offering the widest range of beautiful flowers at the most affordable prices. Call us today at 701-6488, 701-6680, 728-6786, or visit our website to order.
Always a joy to have Rudy on the set. I mean, let me tell you, this Sunday, and I mean, we're talking here, full production, yet again, all the different characters, the enjoyment, the entertainment, the laughter, the thought, the moments of introspection then, because I mean, this is a full production as always, and Rudy is going to bring it to you, Cipriani Labor College, Sunday, 2nd November. Is it one show and one show only? I wrote it this weekend. I only see it Sunday now.
Yeah, we
Aback by demand. Welcome, my brother. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, man. Good morning, everybody. This is the 7th show.
Wow.
For the year.
Yeah.
You know, we did Queens Hall twice.
And then you went south.
And then we went south.
Right.
Then we went Tobago.
Wow.
Then we did Canada.
Yes.
Then we did BVI. And we ended it back home.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the East people been asking when they're coming in the East, so we're here.
That's right. So, I mean, obviously, I guess, full production. Do you ever make any alterations at all, Rudy? Or is it the folks who would have experienced it in South, who got the show in BVI, is it going to be the exact same show they're going to get on Sunday?
The stand-up segments tend to be a little different because, you know, you have the trending topics, you know. So I try to change around the stand-up a little bit, but the theater aspect of it generally is the same, you know. I think that's the majority of times when you're doing theater and, you know, you're doing a long run, sometimes you just have to change up certain things to just relate to whatever it is going on right now.
That's right, that's right. Yeah. So this is, would you say this is officially your last major production for 2025?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
After this year, just going to regroup and I guess get ready for next year.
Yeah. The people telling me, you should run the Lovers 2026 because it still have a lot of legs. A lot of people probably haven't seen it as yet. So, and a lot of islands asking for it too. So, hopefully we'll be able to, by God's grace, take it on the islands as well. But yeah, we done started script the next show already, and then Penelope Spencer has so much other shows that we're working on as well too. So,
what are the challenges really when you do a production of this level? Let's say out of the country, because of course you're the talent, so you'll have all the wardrobe and you'll have the set and the you'll have the momentum within yourself. But we're talking here different stage, different kind of theater. Would you get the same props? Do you work with a particular team outside? Just walk me through some of the engagement when you do it outer road.
Okay, so I mean, challenges. There's always challenges. So, like for example, when we went to Canada, the venues, top of the line venues, same here as Trinidad, but outside a little more expensive than Trinidad. So, you know, you had to convert everything by 5 and by 6. Venues tend, especially it being a theater space, it tends to be a little more costly. So that's always a challenge to find the correct venue and, you know, make sure that parking for people. We actually work with our dance crew because there's a dance segment within the show as well. So we got the opportunity to work with dance studios outside of Trinidad who never even hear about Trini or hear soca music and stuff before out in Canada. So they were really excited, and I was really excited to have them as well. But generally, challenges per se is mostly just technical stuff, making sure that the crew that we're meeting for the first time understand the show, and making sure that the show moves seamlessly for the audience.
Do you do a meet and greet, Rode, with your patrons after the show?
Yeah, man.
So you go out in the auditorium and mingle?
Yeah, man. Always.
Nice.
Always, right? Like literally right after the last segment of the show. I don't want to sell it out too much, but I was being full pinky for the last part now. So I started going back and change quick and run out and meet. And that is my favorite part of the show, is meeting and greeting with people, finding out if they enjoy the show, you know. Plus signing up a little merch. That's been my favorite part.
Of course. I know you're such a creative genius. Within your quiet moments.
That, man.
Yeah, man, of course, man. I mean, you know, you were the man that brought characters and brought it from the phone. Now you're bringing it to the stage. So you've been that pioneer, and I always give you flowers in that regard.
Blessings.
Any new characters on the horizon? Any concept for new? I know you have about 8 or 9 characters already.
I have too much, but it's about 12.
But 12 because about 8 or 9 was the last time. It's 12 now.
Yeah, it's when I did the roadie show, it multiplied. Right, I had a lot, but the more popular ones is about 8 or 9 of them. I mean, you never know. You never know. I might do a Donald Trump. You never know.
I think you should. You should. You never know. You have real subject matter there. I can tell you that.
What?
I know you would have mentioned your sister was the inspiration for one of the characters. Watching how she talk and operate. So I guess part of it is really your lived reality and your observation of people.
Of course, a lot of it is observation. A lot of my characters came from people who I would have encountered and along my journey. It's a little bit of them, even if it's like 20% them. Yeah.
You know, it's so important when you look at certain masterpiece, whether it be masterpiece productions, whether it be via film or even on stage or even what you're doing with theater, the character and how the character speaks and the whole demeanor is what creates the legendary work. I was looking at Forrest Gump.
Right.
And Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks, the way he was talking was actually based on how the little Forrest Gump was talking, and that strong southern accent, and for the continuity Tom Hanks studied the little boy and talk like that, and is what kind of made Forrest Gump such a legendary movie in the 90s. Can you imagine that?
You're correct. Jim Carrey is do the same thing. Yeah. When Jim go into character and he has to relive somebody who was a legend and they passed on, he is going to a zone. That sometimes people say that the actual spirit of the person take over. No, I ain't sure yet, you know. So clearly you could come out to a character and come back to yourself one time. Yeah,
you go out and meet your fans as Roddy.
Yes, correct.
Fantastic.
Correct.
And that's important that, you know, you're always able to switch on and off. As we wrap things up, just give me some more info. Let's put the information up as we get ready for the final installment for 2025. You never know. As a matter of fact, I think it's going to come back in 2026. But for those who didn't see it, Roddy, tell us.
Well, guys, first and foremost, I'd like to thank each and every person who attended the show for the year. The season was amazing. You know, this is you'll give me a lot more encouragement to continue producing and writing my own productions, because this is the first one I ever written and produced alongside Penelope Spencer. So I just want to keep it going. You know, the atmosphere right now, we need a little love, we need a little laughter. At times, and this time it is definitely needed. So I encourage you, dress up nice, come out in your nice clothes, you know, do your makeup, get your tickets. You can get your tickets on islandeticket.com. You can get your tickets at the box office. It's actually open from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. until the show, right? And we have a lot of different locations that you can get your tickets. So dress up nice, come out, enjoy yourself. The show is about 2 hours long. And somebody was asking if the show is outside of Cipriani in the yard now. So I know a lot of people, they didn't really experience theater yet. So I love when we have new people coming in the space. I know the show is not outside. There's an auditorium in Cipriani that you can have a seat.
Yes.
And you know, no eating. Yeah, real niceness. Yeah, that was take a pull on your heels and come out. Right? So I can't wait to see you guys there. Love is the final installment, 2nd of November. Oh, you come out and enjoy yourself now, boy.
Oh, you mean enjoy yourself? Outside is when they're parang and they're fat. This is theater. You go in the auditorium and you dress up nice and take an day. Love is Sunday. See you for sure, Rudy.
Blessings, my
Respect,
brother.
my brother.
Appreciate it.
Love every time.
Man.
Up next, your 7 a.m. news update, and we come back with so much more after 7. See you soon.
4:20 in the morning, my baby is calling. She tell me she want to know, girl. Yeah! This is your Ragamafukuta representative for Angostura 420, a premium rum drink. 420. Rough wine, balance on it. Drink a 420, relax a bit. 420 we drinking. I tell you 420 we drinking. Rough wine, balance on it. Drink a 420, relax a bit. 420 we drinking. 420. Yeah.
Good morning. I am Jens Leven with headline news on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. The USS Gravely has left Trinidad and Tobago's waters, but not without a trail of confusion. Now, there are still concerns over the guided missile destroyer's visit to this country, but the Seamen and Waterfront Workers Trade Union has been faced with a different dilemma. It says the Port Authority showed blatant disrespect by failing to consult workers ahead of the vessel's arrival. While President General Michael Anisette says he has no issues with the U.S. military cooperation, he criticized the lack of communication surrounding the vessel's berthing at the port of Port of Spain. The vessel docked on Sunday morning. The USS Gravely departed just after 10 a.m. yesterday following a joint training exercise with the Defense Force. Port operations were significantly scaled down during the ship's stay and only resumed normal duties yesterday. Anisette said he wrote to the Port Authority requesting an urgent meeting before the vessel docked on Sunday, but only received a response on Wednesday. He called the delay a breach of industrial relations norms.
Just like the public, we would have known in the press that a vessel is coming there. There was no kind of discussions. And I want to suggest to the Port Authority, the board and the management that in the future, if something like that happens, you have a legal and moral responsibility to engage with the union to discuss the logistics and what will happen to the workers who will be affected by any actions, including that action of bringing a naval vessel, which is the right of the government.
Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar is saying people misinterpreted her comments about CARICOM, a day after claiming that the regional body was unreliable for siding with Venezuela over Trinidad and Tobago. Persad-Bissessar announced that within the next 2 years, there will be a significant realignment of the country's foreign policy. Yesterday, the Prime Minister said she needed to clarify that statement.
Some have misinterpreted what I said. I said we have to look for new frontiers, new initiatives in our foreign policy. That doesn't mean that we leave the CARICOM alone. As I told you this morning, I was there helping the CARICOM, loading the ships and so on to send help. Well, we have to open our eyes and broaden our scope. We cannot remain cloistered and closed.
A 15-year-old student from the Laramine High School was hospitalized after he and 4 other students reportedly drank an unknown substance on campus. Around 10:50 a.m. on Tuesday, police officers stationed at the school noticed the teen behaving oddly. He was taken to the staff room where he collapsed. His mother was called and rushed him to the San Fernando General Hospital. Doctors later moved him to the ICU, where he remains in a stable condition. Investigators say the other 4 students, ages 15 to 17, ingested the substance. They were taken to hospital for checks but were not admitted. Police are continuing inquiries into what the students consumed and how it got onto the school compound. Those were your 7 a.m. news headlines. We'll have another news update at 8 a.m. on the TBC Radio Network.
Gaming Express Limited is a premium importer and retailer of the highest quality brand name electronics. We stock the widest range of PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Samsung, and Apple devices and accessories. Visit us at Shop 52, Level 2, Gulf City Mall in San Fernando, or contact us by phone or WhatsApp message at 687-7480 or 301-9797 or 798-1280. Like our Facebook and Instagram pages for updates on products and services. Get your home ready for Christmas with La Vega's Big Plant Sale. From October 24th to November 2nd, enjoy 20% off all plants, pots, soil, fertilizers, fruit trees, palms, herbs, indoor plants, flowering plants, fragrant plants, ground cover, and more. While you shop, the family can enjoy the nature park, ATVs, and pools. Visit La Vega, San Fernando, or Grand Couva, both branches blooming with savings. Call for details. La Vega's Plant Sale. This one sale you don't want to miss.
Welcome to Food Basket.
Minutes after 7 o'clock on this Friday morning, final day of October 2025. Let's start the second hour with our daily health tip. Enjoy.
The Daily Health Tip, brought to you by Omega XL, where health is wealth. Imagine if simple daily habits could help turn back the clock on aging. Recent research suggests that combining omega-3 supplements, vitamin D, and regular exercise may do just that. In a study involving over 700 individuals aged 70 and above, Participants who took 1 gram of omega-3 fatty acids daily experienced a slowdown in biological aging by 3 to 4 months. But the benefits didn't stop there. Adding 2,000 IU of vitamin D daily and engaging in 30 minutes of exercise 3 times a week amplified these effects. Those who combined all 3 interventions not only slowed their biological aging, but also reduced their risk of pre-frailty by 39% and invasive cancer by 61%. This means more energy, better mobility, and a stronger defense against some of the most serious health risks we face with age. It's not about reversing time, it's about thriving with it. A few simple choices, like adding an omega-3 supplement to your morning routine. Scientific research now proves what many have long believed. How we treat our bodies today shapes how we age tomorrow. With these 3 simple steps, you can redefine aging. It's no longer just about adding years to life, but life to your years. Imagine more clarity in thought, more stability in movement, and less risk of frailty. These aren't dreams of the future, they're choices of the present. Healthy aging isn't about perfection. It's about progress, joy, and the freedom to live with confidence and vitality. Embrace the power of daily wellness. Nourish your body, move your muscles, and step into a future that feels as good as it looks with the XL Health products. Always consult with a healthcare professional before starting any new supplement or exercise regimen. The Daily Health Tip, brought to you by Omega XL, where health is wealth.
Sincere thanks. Let's take that pause and we come back much more ahead on this Friday, final day of October 2025. See you soon.
PRW's Thanksgiving sale is now on this November. We're giving thanks to God and all of our local customers. Up to 75% discount on selected items. Join us for our Family Fun Day on the 4th of November at our Orangwes location. Come, have a fun day with us and enjoy refreshments, free giveaways, games, and massive discounted prices. Tell your family and friends. Call us today at 285-9779.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry, premier insurance coverage for less.
Visit Tire Clinic Marketing, New Truck and OTR Tire Service Center at number 30 and 32 Montrose Main Road, Chabonas. Call today at 665-8973 or 672-3419. Alignment services available. Tire Clinic Marketing, Truck and OTR Service Center. A tire for every need.
If you live with diabetes, your pancreas works overtime every single day. Between our rich foods and busy lives, chronic inflammation can sneak in, stressing the pancreas.
Protecting your pancreas from inflammation is a smart way to support healthy blood sugar management.
Sugar equals chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation equals insulin resistance. Insulin resistance equals diabetes. How do we combat chronic inflammation? Through lifestyle changes. Then, and only then, make sure you're getting enough omega-3 fatty acids.
Always consult a qualified medical professional before starting any supplements.
Are you tired of the same old boring drive home from work? Look no further. Get ready for the ultimate after-work rush with Freedom 106.5 FM's The Overdrive with Davey. Mondays to Fridays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Let Davey take you on a thrilling ride of non-stop entertainment and education. He covers the topics of the day, delves into the latest food and lifestyle trends, and brings dynamic guests from exciting professions to share their professional stories and experiences. Take advantage of this energizing and engaging experience. Tune into Freedom 106.5 FM, Mondays to Fridays, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for The Overdrive with Davey, the ultimate way to end your day with a bang.
Some of us like to test limits, but there won't always be second chances. Obey the speed limits. Maybe you don't value your life, but others value theirs. A message from the TTPS.
Sportsmanship is when an athlete walks off the court and you can't tell if he won or lost because he carries himself with pride either way. This quote is an embodiment of sport, and for me, sport is an embodiment of life. We are where you are.
Get the story first. Want to know what's happening in news, sports, or crime? Get the CNC3 app. As the story breaks, CNC3 is there giving you the story first on your mobile device. Be connected to the most trusted and reliable news source, CNC3. Access your world with just a tap. The CNC3 app. Download it today.
Well, we are, as always, ready for the Poets Corner. It's a dedicated space, a safe space for our spoken word artists every single Friday. I'm so happy that Nakisha, our producer, Angelo, and the entire team, we push for this. We make sure that regardless of what's happening in the world, when it comes to Friday on the Morning Brew, you're guaranteed to get folks like Tevin Douglas, who joins me this morning. A Southman originally, now my boy living in the, I don't call that Middle East. I want to call the area, but man right in the middle of it.
Yeah, just, you know,
yes,
middle of everything.
My brother, welcome again, man.
Thanks, man, thanks.
It was last year we got a chance to touch base.
Yeah, last year, July.
What's been the development and the growth personally from then to now?
All right, so personally, just a lot more writing. I'm trying to get more people involved in the space, both in on campus in UE and just my general personal life. What I would say, what we have now going on is, I don't know if you see the little logo on the hoodie, part of a collective, a little boy band.
The Stragglers?
The Stragglers.
Okay.
Actually, this is made up from myself and two other poets that you actually interviewed, plus someone else, Jaron Rees.
Okay.
Jabari Collins.
Okay, okay.
Joel Phillip.
All right.
And we just been working together, you know, building the poetry band, building the, as you can see, we have merch. There's a little, it says director on the back for those.
All right, I've seen it,
Yeah.
Nice.
And the biggest thing, you asked me earlier, what is the next big thing you have in the space? We said slam, and I was like, we have something better. Tomorrow night, Saturday, the 1st of November, 8 p.m., at Big Black Box, we present one night only. That is our first ever, it's our inaugural annual showcase of poetry. All right, you know, we have a little ticket here. If you want to hold it and see, if you want to feel it up, nice quality.
Yes, man.
Designed by myself.
The Stragglers, you know.
The Stragglers.
What's the, every name will have a story and a particular, you know, a foundation.
Hey.
What's the history behind this interesting name?
You didn't ask me that one.
Yeah, you know, I must ask.
So, are we familiar with the poet Danica Thomas?
Yes.
Right. So during COVID, Danica Thomas and their collective Back on a Leaf.
She was actually here recently, you know, kind of Ras, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big up the Ras. Their collective Back on a Leaf during COVID had a bunch of online workshops and open mics and these things. And it just happened that all four of us were in the workshops together. The issue was, Danica would usually give us like a time limit of 10 minutes or 15 minutes to follow whatever prompt that they gave online. And for some reason, we, in that time frame, never finished a single poem, like all four of us collectively. Same, different spaces, right? Everybody in the house, we just couldn't collectively finish a poem. So Danica always used to come back into the meeting and say, yeah, where are my stragglers? Or they're lagging behind, ting. And it just so happened that when we all met up in person, the name kind of just stuck with us. And we were like, okay, we could build something from this.
Yeah.
And as I said, that was COVID, so that was 2020, 2021. And 4 or 5 years later, we are having our first ever showcase. We here.
See how interesting life is, and sometimes you could just take what might, you know, what others might have feel a certain way about you, turn it now and you formed your team, you register business something, Stragglers?
Not yet.
You need to search and put that on one time?
That is the plan.
Yeah.
By 2026, beginning of 2026, we did.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, we have a piece we're going to enjoy. It's called what? Dear Naughty Royal?
Dear Naughty Royal.
Well, let me tell you, I can't wait. Rock back, enjoy. It's a spoken word as always. Your Poets Corner every Friday. Tevin in the building. Dear Naughty Royal. Enjoy.
My heart is heavy. For years, my life has crumbled, melted away are the days of enjoyment gone. Beneath the rubble of the economy, I miss you. Your biracial touch against my lips flipped me upside down. I'm lost now. You helped me find a way. You helped me feel okay. You helped me cool down my anger. I miss you. Filled and coated with sweetness, you made the weather bearable. You made the worst situation a tad less terrible. And your sense of style, I must say, brown and orange are really your colors. And I like what's underneath even more. I miss you. As a youth, I never thought I could have you. You're too elite, too out of my league, too much it would have costed to sustain you, but the hold you held on my soul, I missed you. I had to beg my mother for dust to fill my lust for you. Looking back on it now, I should have made the effort, because nothing has changed. I'm simply left with broken pockets and an even more broken soul. I miss you. I tried to fill the void with so many others, but none could compare. Ice cream sandwiches were too soft for me. Magnum Swish was the best, but she was too uppity. See, Pennacool couldn't imagine to be half as sweet as you, and Creamery could never get the flavor right. I miss you. You always knew how to keep you cool. And even with a rough exterior and cold center, you wrapped me in your love. And the cold never felt more refreshing. I miss you more than anything I've ever missed before. So, dear Naughty Royal, I missed you. And I'm glad you're back. I love you and your new price tag immensely. Even when you left, you showed me that the ending can still be sweet. And hey, if you ever need support to get your name where it once was, call me. I know a great guy who'll be a brand ambassador for you all. Thank you.
Well, let me tell you, you catch me when I say, what? This man come with a love poem thing. Then I realize this man talk about Naughty Royal.
Listen, since I young, and everybody in my family, especially my mom and my aunts, could attest to this. See Naughty Royal?
Yeah.
That is my first true love.
Well, I mean, clearly, and I must say, fantastic piece, great. I guess that's what the literary arts and when you consider words and how we use them and you tell a story, because you took me one place and then you bring me to a place. I just smile and I say,
That was the whole point of it. If people don't know the title, obviously, audience at home knows the title. But without hearing it, you're thinking, oh, you're talking about a woman. So then when you started getting to all the ice cream references about Magnum and Pinnacles, where is he going with it?
Good stuff, man. So, Stragglers, tomorrow, let me get some information one more time before we wrap up.
All right, so tomorrow, guys, Big Black Box, that is number 33 Murray Street, Port of Spain. Doors open at 7:30. Tickets are $100. Show starts at 8. Pre-order tickets are almost sold out, but we do have tickets at the door. Come enjoy the vibes, enjoy the poetry, food and drink on sale. Door prizes to be won. You can expect a lot more pieces, just like Dear Naughty Royal tomorrow, from Straggler Jaron, Straggler Jabari, Straggler Joel, and myself, Straggler Tevin. You can see the numbers at the bottom of the flyer there. Come out, come out, come out. Enjoy the vibes, enjoy the poetry. If you don't like poetry yet, now you will.
Respect, Evan. Congrats in advance.
Thank you, man.
And register that name, bro.
As I'm telling you, you'll be the first person to know.
Please do. Keep us posted. Big stuff happening tomorrow. Black Box, enjoy. We come back. On the Zoom line, Terry Lyons, our Calypso queen. Yes, queen of soca, queen of kaiso. Just my good friend. can't wait to touch base. Terry, she's up next.
Looking for big savings and a better shopping experience? Come on down to Food Shoppers Supermarket, 121 Eastern Main Road, Arima, in the J Chai Trading Compound. 10% off meats every Wednesday, 30% off fresh produce every Sunday and Monday. Plus, buy one, get one deals on select items. Shop in comfort, wide aisles, cool and clean store, and spacious parking. Food Shoppers Supermarket, big on savings, big on comfort.
Okay, I see you. Okay, let me see you, Cherry Hill. Yeah, now take it back. Let me see you rock off, shake off, shake off. Let me see you rock off, rock off. Let me see you kick right, now kick left, now step forward, now step back. Lucasade, bring the energy.
We are your one-stop, most convenient, most helpful, most caring community pharmacy. Our pharmaceutical services include dispensing medicines, repeat dispensing, clinical governance. But we also have a fully stocked convenience store featuring our refreshment aisle, grocery lane, personal care products, toys, pet supplies. We are most conveniently located out of the traffic, just 2 minutes off the highway in Heartland Plaza, Endeavour, Chaguanas. Contact us on 220-8705 or 470-5938 and visit us soon.
Business. Do you think that TKR would win the CPL? Well, in terms of a ball and a bat, if a ball isn't hit by a bat, is it really runs? We're going. Are we doing people's work? Yeah, where? Which part? No, the people's work. It's done on CNC3 on the rundown. Oh, you thought it was here? Yeah, but no, it's done on CNC.
Some of us like to test limits, but there won't always be second chances. Obey the speed limits. Maybe you don't value your life, but others value theirs. A message from the TTPS.
Sportsmanship is when an athlete walks off the court and you can't tell if he won or lost because he carries himself with pride either way. This quote is an embodiment of sport, and for me, sport is an embodiment of life. We are where you are.
Listening to The Grind, playing the best in TNT music right here on our radio.fm.
I think that your daughter will make our church very, very proud.
You know I have your back, right? But you need to figure out what it is you're going to do with your life.
Now, if I was to hire you, today will be the first and the last time that you'll be sitting down. You come here to work. So you should always be working.
You will, better watch out. You can't give it to them.
If you can't give me 100, I can't give you 100.
You made your choice. So then let Soka mind you. You make your bed, lie in it.
Queen of Soca, the movie. Terry, let me tell you, congratulations. You know.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much.
Let me tell you, I know it was a long process to get this to where it's at. Kudos! I can't wait. When can we take it in? I'm looking forward. I want the trailer. Get excited.
It has been in movies 3 weeks now. Over 3 weeks. Yeah. The premiere has gone, the opening has gone. This weekend, we have it in the movie tongue in Port of Spain at this moment from 8 p.m. All we got was 8 p.m.
Wow.
So 8 p.m. from now till November the 5th. I mean, it was in Movie Town in San Fernando. I've been trying to get 7 p.m. in San Fernando, maybe on a Friday or a Saturday in San Fernando, but not getting it. And it was there at 2 p.m., but people is at work at 2 p.m., so the traction was not a lot, so they judged it by that. So they end up removing it from the San Fernando C3. And a lot of people is asking me for it at 7 p.m. in C3 on a Friday or Saturday. But as you know, it's my hands are tied. So we only have it in Port of Spain, Movie Town, from now till November the 5th at 8 p.m.
What's been the feedback like so far, and more so your performance? I mean, I know that people will come and sometimes, you know, give you all the praises, and I'm sure, I mean, I know you give your all, but what's been the general feedback on a personal level, and what people would have really told you in, from the bottom of their heart?
On a personal level, what people have told me is that, number one, they find they should have said who's the winner or something like that, or the movie should be longer. And I think more or less people are more shocked that of my performance in the movie. Most local movies, you know, you're going to see, and you know, you just bear with maybe what is there, but they really said to say, Terry, we didn't know you could act like that. It's like, especially the intimate scenes.
Yeah, now see, that's you and Russell. Russell was your love interest in the movie?
Yes. Yes, he was.
Nice.
Especially the intimate scenes. So
oh my God.
That one, yeah.
I mean,
but I've been getting great feedback from all ages. From all ages.
Wow, it's probably really amazing to see yourself there and the whole production come together on the big screen. I mean, any plans? I know there are major plans to obviously take this outside of Trinidad and Tobago. Walk me through it.
Yes, the producer, Kevin Adams, he has some plans to, you know, take it outside. That's the reason why we haven't been streaming for outsiders right now, but it's coming to you guys soon. You know, we have to make sure and do the business properly and, you know, make sure that everything is placed properly in order for proper viewing for you guys. So, but that is in play right now.
You know, so Terry, another amazing accolade to your already overwhelming resume. Obviously, Calypso Queen, because you are, all right? You know, yes. Calypso Monarch, on all matter of fact, you know, performer, artist, songwriter, background vocalist, frontline lady, and now actress, you know, Terry?
Yes.
Actress,
in fact, in 2010, we did the same movie, but the short film, you know, like a half hour.
Yes.
And the Trinidad and Tobago Film Company had an award, and in 2010, I won Best Local Actress for my first time ever acting.
Where
so that was, yeah.
Where you draw your inspiration from? Because clearly acting is something where people, there's some who have it natural, and clearly you are a natural. Because I mean, did you go any kind of theater school? You did any kind of workshop, any kind of crash course?
No, I did not do any workshop or any school. Back then, didn't grow up with much. So anything that I loved doing, you know, you would watch it on TV. So I used to watch a lot of sitcom and mimic them.
Yeah.
And that was like my little schooling. So I'll watch a movie and I will like recite what they are saying in the way that they are saying it and act it out all by myself in my house like a mad lady. Acting by myself. And I think that is why up to this day I've been talking to myself a lot. And so that is how I got my practice. I used to watch a lot of I love watching Will Smith. Hence the reason why I like watching him a lot, him and Leonardo DiCaprio, is that you can take them and put them in any movie, whether it's a sitcom, a thriller, a fantasy, or whatever, they always body their role. You know, most actors, they can't take them from comedy and put them in an action movie. They will look weird to us. It's like, why are you in this action? Stay in comedy.
Yeah.
They know how to just adapt.
Yeah.
And change everybody their role. So I used to admire that. And that's what I used to do looking while I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, you pick two amazing teachers there because, I mean, their body of work, it's phenomenal. But I want to ask you, though, Terry, for the emotional scenes, the very sentimental parts of the movie, where you had to tap into probably internal pain. Walk me through that. Was that a process, having to?
It was a process in the beginning, because in the first time when we did this movie in 2009, my son wasn't born. He wasn't. I wasn't even thinking about children at that time. So I was having problem, to cry or these things. But after having my son, and now we had produced the movie part of it, it was easier, because all I had to do was think of something happening to him. That kind of, things that you don't want your child to go through or happen to them, or just, that is my go-to, my son.
Yeah.
And that made it easy, because I remember in the first clip, they try onion, all kind of thing, and I not crying for nothing.
Yeah, I know you're a tough cookie, Terry. I know that you are able to.
Terry, this is onion. How come you're not crying with onion? I was like, it's not a strong onion.
Wow. Now, Terry.
But now, my son is my go-to.
Nah, really proud of you, Terry. This is truly amazing. Who are some of the other amazing names that we'll see in the movie?
Yes.
Yeah. No, who are some of the other amazing names and characters we'll see? I know Russell. I know that's your love interest.
Russell,
right?
Yeah. Then we have Penelope Spencer. We have other entertainers also in it. Spahide. We have oh gosh, what's the name? We have even Masara French make a little debut in it. They were doing the singing part. Aaron Duncan. Yeah, my friend Empress, that is Ian Panton's daughter. She's is in the movie.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So a lot of people passed through the movie, and I just need people to come out and support local. Yeah. I know when they hear local, they'll be like, to go and see a local movie, this is not Avenger or something. But I'll be real. The first thing they'll be like, there's some.
No, we supported it. We supported local. We supported it for sure. How long was the movie?
The reason why I said that, Jason, because there were this particular person. She said, "My family bring me to see this movie." She said, "When I hear local, I was like, whatever." She said, "But after," she said, "I don't mind seeing it again." This was very fun, and it was funny. It had funny parts in the movie.
Well, I'm sure, because I
was a teenager, and she was a teenager, so that was a plus.
Well, Terry, the times we would have spent together working and touring, you're a whole vibe, so I know, yes, there would have been. I'm sure it's a roller coaster of emotions, and there must be laughter inside there when it comes to local. Yes. I want to ask you though 2 things before we wrap up: the duration of the movie, the length, and when is this heading next door to Sweet Tobago? Because Tobago wanted to know, Tobago been asking.
Yes. Well, the length of the movie right now is an hour and 15 minutes. More or less like that, about an hour. No. And Tobago, after we're finished with Trinidad, after the 5th, we will be heading to Tobago. We're just speaking to Movie Town right now, and they are going to give us dates, and then those dates will be released to Tobago. And we're coming over to Tobago, because one thing I love is that Tobago is asking for it. You see, when they're asking for it, it gives you that, that excited emotion. Yeah.
What's the rating on the movie? Is it rated PG, general audiences? What's the rating?
It's a rated PG. It's a rated PG. With the intimate scene in it, it's not like porn intimate scenes. Don't worry.
It's not steam. It's
steam.
It's steam?
But it's not porn steam.
Well, whew.
It's steam.
It's steam.
But not steam.
Okay, yes. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, Terry, let me tell you, so happy. Great to see you.
Thank you so much.
And I'm going to take it in. Clearly I have to give it a support, Terry. Without a doubt. And
yes.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So I'm asking everybody, today and tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow at 8 p.m. all my entertainer friends, announcers, DJs, TV personals to come out on Saturday for them, along with the media. Saturdays, you guys, 8 p.m. $40 to see tickets.
Yeah. How small man though? I know he's very versed on the pan. He's still very much involved.
He is great. He is great. So gosh, right now the pan all over the place right now.
Amazing.
Pan all over the place. It's like always on it. He's really perfecting his craft.
Fantastic. Terry, love you, darling. All the best. Great to see you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And congrats again.
Thank you very much.
Queen of Soca, the movie playing at Movie Town this weekend. In case you missed the trailer, we'll run it again.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to The Grind, playing the best in TNT music right here on our radio.fm.
I think that your daughter will make our church very, very proud.
You know I have your back, right? But you need to figure out what it is you're going to do with your life.
Now, if I was to hire you, today will be the first and the last time that you'll be sitting down. You come here to work, so you should always be working.
You will, better watch out. You can't give it to them.
If you can't give me 100, I can't give you 100.
You made your choice. Well, then let Soca mind you. You make your bed, lie in it.
PRW's Thanksgiving sale is now on this November. We're giving thanks to God and all of our local customers. Up to 75% discount on selected items. Join us for our Family Fun Day on the 4th of November at our Orangwes location. Come, have a fun day with us and enjoy refreshments, free giveaways, games, and massive discounted prices. Tell your family and friends. Call us today at 285-9779.
Millions of people are attacked by harmful mouth bacteria. The root cause of bad breath, gum problems, cavities, plaque, and tartar. That's why Colgate combined the best science and technology in Colgate Total. Unlike others, its superior formula fights bacteria and creates a powerful protective barrier for up to 24 hours to prevent them from coming back. Take control of your oral health with Colgate Total.
High blood pressure doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aja Nutrition's blood pressure support is crafted with a clinical strength blend to help you take control naturally. Gentle on the body, powerful for your heart. Blood pressure support by Aja Nutrition. Naturally strong.
Ho, 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 ho. Start the season sweet with Jimmy Abood's annual Christmas and October sale. Get up to 60% off on curtains, sheet sets, floor mats, upholstery fabric, and more. Shop now at the last big sale of the year.
This is more than just music. This is where you find the best of TNT. This is more than just a vibe. This is where Bollywood gets a twist. This is more than just energy. This is Bhangra and indie pop too. This is the mix. This is the life. Lock on or log on now. Sangeet 106.1 FM. This is authentic East Indian radio. This is us.
Our connection is reliable, credible, and authentic. Thank you for trusting me to bring you the news. It's a privilege to be in your homes and hearts. With every story and every newscast, CNC3 is keeping you informed and inspired. When it comes to news, we are where you are.
Some of us like to test limits, but there won't always be second chances. Obey the speed limits. Maybe you don't value your life, but but others value theirs. A message from the TTPS.
Calling all filmmakers, producers, content creators, influencers, and recording artists. If you're looking to rent a versatile studio space with green screen, video wall, cyclorama, and more, look no further. GM Labs is here to make your dreams a reality. Located in the heart of Port of Spain on St. Vincent Street, GM Labs is your one-stop shop for all your creative needs with over 2,800 square feet to work with. Take your creative concept to the final product at GM Labs. Give us a call or WhatsApp or message us on our Instagram and Facebook pages at GM Labs TT.
मुबारक हो, बेटा हुआ है। मुबारक हो आपको, आपको भी मुबारक हो।
अरे लल्ला, हम दद्दा से बड़े दद्दा बन गए।
Drama, suspense, romance. Uttaran, weekdays at 6 p.m. only on CNC3.
For me, people matter most. It's the same if you hail from Moruga, where I'm from, Mount Irvin, Scarborough, or Port of Spain. As a journalist, I'm focused on building that connection between Trinidad, the region, and the world. Most importantly, I want always to use my voice as a powerful weapon to break down barriers wherever they exist. This is why we are where you are.
Ask the Doctor's new season is here as Dr. Joel Tilak Singh covers a range of topics and, most importantly, answers all your medical questions.
Join us on Ask the Doctor live on CNC3 on Thursdays at a new time of 8:30 p.m. with a rerun on Fridays at 11 a.m.
Well, as mentioned earlier this week, the Scouts Grand Celebration under the QRC umbrella. They head to Queen's Hall this weekend. It's going to be a fantastic show. It's 50 years in the making, and what I love is the continuity. So those who started 50 years ago, some will be in attendance, but really and truly the focus is on those who are part of the Scouts present day 2025. And we have the young people involved in a major way. Hannah on the trombonist. We have Liam on the saxophonist, or some people say saxophonist. This was a word I was telling Liam, used to tie me up a long time, It took practice and real, dedication to get it correct, but nonetheless, both amazing instruments and both amazing young people here with me this morning to get everyone ready for this Scouts Show 2025 this weekend at Queen's Hall. Welcome, guys.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Great to have you all. How excited are you all for the show? I mean, you're hitting stage is tomorrow and Sunday, or is it tonight?
Yeah, tomorrow and Sunday.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday.
Yes.
How you all feel?
Excited, yeah.
Yeah?
I'm happy. I've been in Scouts for a few years now, and I've been to about 3 or 4 Scout shows, and every one I have fun. So this one being the 50th anniversary, being in Queen's Hall, it's going to be a big event, so I want to play and entertain people.
Fantastic. Hannah, I've heard from a reliable source. You all have been practicing for some months now?
Yes, we started at probably the end of June, actually, and for most of the band pieces, we started in August.
Fantastic. So this is going to be a massive showcase. You are two of a troupe of how many, you would say? Probably 20 plus, 30 plus, 40 plus? How many?
50 plus.
50 plus. And when I saw Hannah, right? Because Liam, you think of Scout, you know the young men involved, but I didn't even realize that we had girls part of the troupe. How many, you and how many girls make up the troupe, so thereabout?
There's a lot of girls. It's not even to say a handful. It's so much of us.
From different schools within Port of Spain?
Yes, but mainly St. Francis Girls College, but also we have girls from Bishops. Providence.
And I'm sure the guys don't mind too, right? To have the girls there, you know, the little interaction, the good energy.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
it's nice to interact with other than boys, you know.
Of course, I mean, I went to all boys school too, so any interaction, because when we played Pan, it was a joint collaboration with us, and I believe and St. Francois, when we did school panorama back in the 90s. And yeah, it was fun to go to the Pan yard and you get a chance to make new friends, so it was a good look. Well, I'll give you all a chance to you know, explore the instrument. I want to come back after we perform, you all performed, to find out your choice of instrument, because with Liam, she's on the, matter of fact, no, Liam is on the saxophone and Hannah is on the trombone. So I want to find out what brought you to the saxophone, Liam, and of course, in terms of you, Hannah, the trombone. I mean, look at the size of this thing. It's heavy.
Not so much, you know. I think I got accustomed.
Just I could just have it for a little bit, just a small heft. I won't blow it. Let me just get a little heft there. Oh, nice and light. And I could just have this, Liam. Actually, this more heavy, though.
Yeah, it is.
Very intricate, Liam. I mean, you have to kind of like fiddle like with right there.
Yeah, it's different knobs.
Wow.
A lot of keys.
Well, hey, you know what? It's all part of the Scout Show. Liam from QRC, of course, Hannah, part of the troupe, with all the other girls who make up this amazing team, and you're going to get them in their full splendor tomorrow and Sunday at Queen's Hall. But let's take a little sample, a little trailer, and then we come back and touch base with the students. Enjoy.
You good?
and Hannah, My Way, a Frank Sinatra classic. Let me ask you though, because the lung capacity Do you all have to do any kind of special exercise? Because I'm feeling breathless just listening. I mean, that is lots of, inhale, exhale. You all have to kind of like any kind of special exercise to make sure that the lungs open and the diaphragm is free?
Well, when I started sax, the person who was teaching me, he gave me an exercise where you could take a balloon and you could just breathe from the diaphragm and blow as much as you could. And over time, you get accustomed and you build your endurance. And when you're warming up, you can blow long notes to be able to get into the groove, basically.
Do you feel like exhausted? I mean, Anna,
definitely, especially when this kind of instruments with this kind of mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Because
you have to really be forceful. You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't blow or like have enough air in your lungs, you're not gonna hear any kind of sound come out of the instrument at all.
Imagine that when you all entered secondary school, I'm sure never probably picked up the instrument. And look at you all now, huh? Versed with it. And let me tell you, the importance of the horn line in music when it comes to soul, jazz, R&B, well, at least the old school R&B, but most on the local side, real horn, as opposed to keyboard horn. And no disrespect to any production team out there, but there's a difference when you actually hear the real horn and brass line on a soca track, and even in reggae too, early reggae, plenty it used to create this kind of, there's something with the horn line, but that really creates a kind of magic, and I'm happy to see young people involved. You all want to continue with it? I mean, after school, you're going to continue?
Yeah, definitely.
We've considered a whole lot if to take music seriously, like in university, and I think a lot of us are really going to.
No, I'm really happy. My son is involved in music too, so it's something where when you see young people doing something that they love and being able to make a career off of it, to me that's success right there. Anything you want to mention as we wrap things up? Anybody you want to say hi to? I know, of course, you're ready for the big show.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to everybody who's supporting us, everybody coming out to the show, and thanks to all our leaders who helped bring us to this point,
Definitely. I would like to say thank you to one of the senior trombonists, Miguel. He really helped our line, our lower brass line. And yeah, thank you to all the leaders too.
Of course, well, Liam, one of QRC's finest. And Hannah, you never tell me what school you actually go to.
I go to St. Francis College.
Because I know you did mention St. Francis when you said Bishop and Steve. Right?
And Providence.
And Providence too. Fantastic. So it's a nice link up with the schools then Port of Spain as they meet up. And as you heard, they've been practicing since June, since August. And tomorrow and Sunday, it's their time to share and express their musical magic. Let's support it. The Scout Show tomorrow and Sunday at Queen's Hall. All the best, guys. Thanks for coming through.
Thank you.
Yes. We take that pause and we come back to wrap things up. See you soon.
Step into ABC Doors and Windows, where quality meets variety. Discover premium wooden, steel panel, fiberglass, and steel security doors alongside aluminum, UPVC, and steel windows designed for strength and durability. At ABC, we're always a better choice, delivering products built to last and service you can rely on. Visit our showroom at 1 Chanka Trace, El Socorro South, or call 638-7184 to make your dream home a reality.
In the ever-changing media landscape, we at Guardian Media strive always to put you, our viewers and readers, first.
We strive to uphold the time-honored tenets of responsible journalism.
For us, accuracy is key.
And in our reporting, we strive not only to be first, but fair,
impartial,
and to uphold journalistic integrity.
Above all, we are accountable to you, and we must respect the views of our audience. That is our solemn contract with you.
Keen attention to detail.
Rigorous verification of facts.
Use of credible sources and sound editorial judgment.
Keep track of our editorial policies and guidelines, including our corrections policy, by logging on to www.guardian.co.tt for more.
Attention all listeners. Are you ready for the ultimate news experience? Introducing the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, the nation's first and most subscribed newspaper. We deliver where others can't. With the widest delivery network in TNT, you can have the Guardian delivered right to your doorstep or office every single day. Take advantage of our special annual subscription offer so you can stay on top of the leading stories even when you're on the go. Sign up today. Time is running out. Inquire about our 3-month and 6-month packages as well.
As we pull the curtains down on this Friday, and well, not only the last day of the week, but the last day of the month, we want to remind you ways to contact us so we can have a great conversation together in November right here, live on set or via the Zoom line. You're sending an email to our producer. This is our email address. Take a note of it right now or a screenshot. Take out your phone and tape this one time. It's tmb@cnc3.co.tt. Email address, I would say a paragraph. Nice, concise. Tell us purpose, when you want to come in, and we'll try to accommodate as soon as possible. Yeah? Looking to see you soon. We head to the social media handles. That's where I get lots of my information via the Instagram feed. We're very active there. We vet the stories and put it out. Facebook, very active. Well, boy, the comments on Facebook, I tell you sometimes, after holding my head and balling, I have to sit down to read them comments, you know. X, well, people don't hold back there also, so you know the thing go. I guess when you're anonymous, people say what they want, right? But we need to be responsible too. I just wanted to mention that you know, please, let's try to be responsible with some of our commentary on the news. Of course, we look at the app. It's a must-have on your smartphone. Get this today. #1 source for verified news and your programming details. Get it today. Let's move now to the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. New look and feel, redesigned with you in mind, and by all means, we implore you to get your copy today. Certainly a great read, and it's 108 years of legacy. We're doing this about 108 years now, so I think we understand what we're doing. Let's head across to our food for thought on this Friday morning. We call the segment Something to Think About. We read together. Let us sacrifice our today so that our children can have a better tomorrow. Let us sacrifice our today so that our children can have a better tomorrow. That's the ethos of lots of parents who put in the work. But at the same time, we have to recognize if we give the children things too easy, yes, they'll have a better tomorrow, but they'll become rather entitled, rather weak. They won't have that motivation, that drive that we who set the foundation would have had. So it's a kind of balance to it. Yes, you want to make it better for the young people, but we can't just hand it over. They have to understand the value of work and putting in the effort same way. Yeah, so that is one that we look at, and it's one I consider personally, you know, very serious. Yes, you try to cut the bush and pave road for the next generation, but the next generation must build upon what we would have established. So that, to me, that's progress. Every generation just makes it better and gets it to a different level, and that's hopefully where we can be collectively as a country. So the foreign minister said, foreign affairs minister said nothing to fear. Let's go into the weekend, hopefully with, well, we can't go anything else other than that mindset into the weekend. And I really hope that, you know, nothing jumps off in this part of the world and it's just military posturing, and we get a chance to enjoy our Christmas into our New Year's and Carnival with peace. Yes? With that being said, have a great one. Be safe. God spare. I'm back for more next week, Monday, right here on the Morning Brew. Have a great weekend, Trinidad and Tobago. All the best.
Morning Brew is brought to you by Omega XL. Live long, stay strong.